March 29th, 2022. Make this a real quick video. I know I say that a lot, but this one right here had me thinking, because I done been around a couple people, including myself, that said this quote right here. I'm not even the same person no more. I don't feel like myself. If you ever said that to someone or even to yourself, going through a spiritual warfare when the enemy's controlling you, you're 100% right. Don't doubt yourself. And, you know, you're doing things that you normally never did, or things you know is out of your characteristic, then you're being used by the enemy. The enemy done latched on to you. And the only way you can break away from the enemy is the Word of God. Because the Word of God breathes life back into you. It renews your mind. It changes you if you do what the Word of God tells you to do. That's how powerful the Word of God is. I remember living in San Bernardino, California, and I wasn't really following God like that. You know, I believed in Him, but I wasn't following Him. And I've always been a good dude, a good character, nice to others. I was cool, you know what I'm saying? And I remember moving out to LA, which is a whole different monster than San Bernardino. And, you know, I started following my older cousin, a couple years older than me. I started following him in the things that he was doing. And before I moved out to LA, living in San Bernardino, yes, I was having sex like any other. Let me go ahead and make this clear. I was between 17 and let me say 20. I was having sex. I wasn't having sex a lot, but I was having sex like anybody else around that age. But it wasn't a thing that I looked to do on a daily. You know what I'm saying? At that time, even though I was having sex, it wasn't the focus. Then I moved to LA, and, you know, just getting a little bit older, working, getting a little money in my pocket, you know, feeling myself. Sex became the focus. Who can I have sex with? What female am I going to be able to have sex with today? Not just one female. Shoot, can I get 3 females to have sex with? Not like an orgy, but more like I need to have sex with 3 different females in one day. If I could do 4, man, I'm winning. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I set it up. Days, weeks, you know, you come over 9 o'clock a.m., got another one coming around noon, another one around 3, got the late night coming over. You know, if I could have sex with multiple different women in one day, man, I was winning. Didn't care who they was, if I knew them long, you know. It was just wake up, party line, meetup. Whoever you already done talked to on a party line, you already done talked it to doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is, pretty much the female just had to find you attractive. And as long as you didn't say nothing stupid and you had some nice gear on, you was gonna get some butt. You know, it was that. Then I was working, driving city buses, so, you know, dirty secret. Everybody at the bus company, you know, they sleeping with each other. Then you getting passengers, they get on the bus and slide you a phone number. So you having sex with them too, you know, on top of whoever else you was probably just dating. So it was, the enemy had so much of a control on me that my focus wasn't, oh, let me go back to school, let me better myself in school, even though I'm going through all this baby mama drama and child support. Let me take my butt back to school and get some type of degree. No, my focus every day, especially my off days, or even if I was going to work, hey, I need to get a number. I need to hook up with someone. I need to flirt with somebody. You know, I did enough to have my own place. At the time, I was living with a woman. So I was just a nasty, dirty man. It's nothing that I pump my chest out and I'm proud of when I think back on it. And I think I'm just so grateful for what God did to me by changing me. But I'm not afraid to let everybody know, hey, all glory goes to God. All glory goes to God. I could be dead. I could have a disease. I could have AIDS. I could have multiple kids. Thank God I don't. You know, I'm talking about more than 5. Like, you know, I got 2 with my first wife. I got 2 with my recent wife. And I had 1 in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But I could have multiple kids. I never was the type that'd be out there slanging it with no protection and stuff like that. But at that moment, I didn't care who I was sleeping with. I didn't care. It was just about, I need to get mine, and who can I get it from? And, you know, that was my focus. It wasn't, oh, I need to prepare myself to have a better life. I need to strengthen my mind. I need to get into the Word of God. I will still go to church. Yes, I was one of those people be having sex all the time and still go to church by myself. On the Sunday, I was a Sunday Christian. Only thought about God on Sunday. And then leave out the church and think about who I'm going to have sex with next. That's who I was. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't with nobody, I'm watching porn, masturbating, multiple different sessions, back to back, while the woman is in the other room. I'm disgusted, man. I'm sitting at the computer screen in the living room, masturbating. You know, I know she's taking a nap. Let me go ahead and masturbate. She'll get up and, you know, walk in and see me with my dick out and shit like that. Like, excuse my language. I'm sorry. But, man, I was nothing nice. I was nothing nice. Nothing nice, man. I look back and I just thank God for renewing my mind and making me into the man that He wanted me to be. You know what I'm saying? But it was a time when I was in my early 20s, and I'm saying to myself, something don't feel right. I don't feel like myself. And at the time, I couldn't really put a dot on it. I just knew I wasn't myself. This is not me. This was never my get down. But I was so caught up in the enemy. The enemy had so much of a hold on me that he was pretty much pulling the strings because I was allowing him to. You know, I was allowing him to. It even got to the point like I was having so much sex that even when I did have sex, it didn't do nothing for me. But I still felt the need to go out and have sex. And it was like this for years, people. It was like this for years. You know, especially early in my 20s and between 20 and 30. Between 20 and 30, I was a hoe, and the enemy had a strong hold on me. I just, you know, if I would have put my focus somewhere else, or if I would have started following God then, you know, I wonder what my life would be now. But I understand I had to go through everything I went through to get me to the place where I'm at now, to be able to make these videos and reach out to those that's going through something similar right now and going through the same type of problems that I was going through. You know, that I'm able to help. Iron sharpens iron. You know, but man, if you're telling yourself this ain't who you are, if it's drugs, if it's alcohol, if it's, you know, you're eating a lot, if you're working all the time, and you're like, man, this ain't who I am. You know, why am I doing this? Just know that the enemy is trying to control you. He's trying to control you. The only way you can break free is by the word of God. That's the only way. It's not until I finally said to myself, I need to follow this Bible, and anything I know about this Bible, I'm just going to start from scratch. I don't know anything. Even if I did think I knew, I just started from scratch. And I just did what the Word of God told me to do. And I didn't question it. I didn't overthink it. I just did it. But I just wanted to drop this nugget, you know what I'm saying, on my way to work. And glory be to God. And y'all have a wonderful day.